Hey you guys, welcome to the channel. Today I wanted to show you how to make oatmeal cookies with figs and pecans in them. You can also replace the figs with dates. That's totally cool. And you can also replace the pecans with walnuts. So you don't have to be precise, but you do have to make sure you measure them correctly. In this video, I will be showing you it step by step. I will try to make it as simple as possible. I am a person who has struggled with making oatmeal cookies before, so I totally get it. This is the best recipe, absolute go-to, in my humble opinion. I hope you like the video. I hope you enjoy this. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be writing the entire recipe down in the description below. And hey, no mistakes this time. Alright, let's get right into it. Alrighty, now to get started on this, we are going to kick this off with 1 1/4 cups of flour in a small bowl. We'll add a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 of a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Now you give this a good mix. Don't worry, my coffee is not involved in the making of this. Put it to the side. I forgot I had that out. Alright, give this a good mix, and we are going to set it aside and get started on the other part. I don't really know what to call it. I know I'm going to have this. Now for this part, we are going to add in 1 1/2 cups of brown sugar and 12 tablespoons of soft butter. I ran mine in the microwave for about 15 seconds. It was at room temperature. I got it just a little softer than usual. But generally speaking, just room temperature butter. Yep. Now, we're going to mix it and make it nice and fluffy so that the Cookie Monster doesn't come and eat my face. The cookie gods are real, you guys. They will punish you if you do this wrong. Now, the reason why I say that is because of how long I have personally struggled with making oatmeal cookies. It has left me traumatized. Yep, that's good. Kind of sticks to my whisk. I put it down, it's nice and fluffy. She looks good. Now we are going to add 1 egg. Make sure it's a nice big one. 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And we are going to now grab this whisk and beat it until it is a creamy consistency. Alright, she looks pretty good. Now what we're going to do is, I generally do not like dirtying extra dishes for absolutely no reason, but because these are the way they are, we need to make sure that the baking powder is evenly distributed in our cookie dough. So that's why I grabbed an extra bowl to do this. So there is a reason why bakers use an extra bowl for the flour and the cinnamon and whatever. So now we are going to slowly add our flour mixture to our sugar mixture and give this a good mix until it's all evenly incorporated. Or at least try to. Now here in a moment, I'm going to have to switch out my whisk for more of a spatula attachment. I think you'd probably still use a whisk for this next part, but I believe the spatula makes things easier. That is the only reason I would ever be willing, get off, to dirty another dish. Now we're going to shove this over. We're going to grab this same exact bowl, because I will not be dirtying another dish for this. No way. And we are going to add in here 1 1/4 cups of rolled oats. Or old-fashioned oats. Whatever you got. I really don't care. Along with this, I already have everything chopped, but you'll have to chop it. A cup of chopped pecans. I store my pecans in the freezer because we have a pecan tree. But you want to get at least a cup of chopped pecans and add to it. See? I shredded these things. I shouldn't have done that. Just chop them. And we also want to get a cup of chopped figs. I have these figs. They are the dehydrated dry figs that you just pick up from the store. I keep my figs in the freezer. That's the best place for storing them, honestly, because I don't really eat them raw. Story time over. I'm going to dump this in here. Just give them a nice light little chop. Don't have to be perfect. Now we're going to grab our spatula. Just kind of give it a nice little mix. Nothing too big and fancy. And then grab our mixture. Whatever this is called. This is mix A, and this is mix B. We're going to apply, oh, I just dropped some. We're going to apply mix B to mix A. About half of it. Don't want to overwhelm ourselves. Just like that. Wonderful. Alright, other half. Alright, when it's nice and mixed up, we are now going to stick this bad boy in the refrigerator for about an hour. Now, refrigerating our oatmeal cookies is actually really important, you guys, so you don't want to miss a step. I skipped out on this step so many times that I am now permanently traumatized from burnt oatmeal cookies on my pans. You don't want to do it, okay? Just put it in the refrigerator for an hour overnight is like awesome. And the reason behind it is because they're cold and the butter won't melt as quickly, and so the oatmeal cookie itself won't be like spread. Anybody who has any background experience with oatmeal cookies knows about the spread, and oh my gosh, I struggled with it for so long. I became permanently traumatized, and I now only use wax paper on my pans. So just don't. Just put it in the refrigerator. It's not worth it. So we're going to stick this in the refrigerator for an hour, and I will be right back with you, and I'll show you what to do next. Oh, and another thing you can do is you can also scoop it out on individual cookie sheets and put it in the refrigerator that way and just pop it in the oven, but I don't have any space, so I'm just letting you know that now. I have my mix out of the refrigerator. I have had mine in the refrigerator for about 2 hours now. So it is nice and cold. Now before we do anything at all, we are going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to grab myself my trusty piece of hazard-proof wax paper. Parchment paper. This is parchment paper. I use wax paper too. It's the same thing, isn't it? I don't know if it's the same thing or not. You know what? That's not important. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little measuring spoon and try to scoop it out. I have about 2 tablespoons sitting here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it into a nice little ball and then try to give it just a little bit of flatness to help it spread, but not too much. We don't like it when they spread too much. And we are going to methodically place it on our parchment paper if this parchment paper wants to stay down. Everything is against me today. There. Okay. So scoop it out. A little hard. That's okay. It's totally fine that it's that way. Try to shape it. Kind of give it a little push and set it on your parchment paper. Now that I've got them all kind of arranged onto this piece of wax paper, what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer all of this onto a cookie sheet. I'm going to stick it in the oven and I'm going to bake it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes. Now during the probably 7 to 10 minute mark, I will flip it in the oven just to make sure we don't get any burnt sides. And you can also take a cookie cutter, and when it's at about the 10-minute mark, if you want perfectly round cookies, you can take the cookie cutter and you can kind of mess with it a little bit. I like to use a jar lid because I don't have a round cookie cutter. but each to his own. So that's a nice little tip if you want those perfect round little oatmeal cookies. I think I shaped these good enough where I won't be able to do that. Won't be able to? No, I won't have to. Ugh, my words. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I want to pop them in the oven for about 15 minutes, and I will show you the finished results. Alrighty, you guys, we have reached the end of our video, and I am absolutely proud to report that this was a success. Smashing. Now, I did take it out at probably about 11 minutes in my case, and I just kind of rounded out the edges just a little bit with this. This is smaller than these, so I didn't do the move around, but I did touch them just a little bit. Oh, I just dropped that on the floor. It's okay, I'll pick it up. Anywho's, they are beautiful little cookies. They are thin, they are chewy and soft. They are everything an oatmeal cookie should be. They are awesome, wonderful, and you know what? Bragging rights right here. If you could pull off oatmeal cookies this freaking good, you can do anything in the world, in my opinion. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to support me. That would be awesome. I will be making tons more videos just like this. Thank you for watching once again. You are awesome. I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless you. Make sure the Lord's light shines on you every day of your life. Amen. And I will see you in the next video.